Previously on I Will Wander. Hey guys, welcome back to I Will Wander. We are, as you can see over my shoulder there, at Bear Creek wreck site. And there's Alabama Slamma parked on the logging service road, forest service road rather. And we're going in there to the wreck sites and probably have a fire, I don't know. I brought, in a dramatic change of adventure, I brought food to potentially cook. So I might do, I'll have a little fire, almost certainly, and then I might do a little cook up back here. Brought a few things to eat because I've never really done that as part of this YouTube adventure. So, incredibly beautiful back here, but a ton of snow. And thank the gods, the temperature has risen. It's been incredibly, I'm saying that too much, extremely cold back here. And I don't know about you, but I don't do well when it's that brutally cold for any period of time. It's just no fun, right? So I'm often not feeling very well because of that. I don't know what goes on there. There's my body and soul don't care for temperatures that low, and I get ill. And then once the weather system passes, my spirits rise with the temperature, basically. So, car back there, going in this way. This isn't a water access kind of a thing. Someone's had a fire back here recently. There are always lakes in close proximity when you're anywhere in British Columbia, but that's not what we're doing. We're gonna just go ahead a little bit here and gather some wood and make a little fire, and we'll have a chat, guys. This is us. Let's chat. It's been a while. We need to catch up. I'm anxious to hear how things are going and all with you, and I'll fill you in on my grand adventures while we do this. Yeah. So at these wreck sites, that's where we're going, right there. There's an outhouse, thankfully. That's always good. Summer months, you would come in to one of these spots here, set yourself up in your tent, RV, whatever you're doing that way, and hang out. And if you can hear, other than that crow, yeah, that's nature. Nothing. The food I brought is pork chops and bacon. So we're going to make every carnivore for 50 kilometers aware of our presence. And I'm assuming it's gonna go okay. Give me a sec here. I've got to traipse through some snow. And yeah, we're good. Little fire pit right here. And some wood, some people left right there. But I'm gonna go around to the local area here and get us a little bit of wood as well. So give me a sec, let's get set up. Empty out the fire pit that I'm gonna use here, because as is expected, it's full of snow, but it's gonna prove perfect for said purpose, making a fire. Okay, we're good. We're empty. Now I'm gonna get a little bit of wood here. Might as well bring you along as we do that. Oh, it's warm. And that's a good thing. So at time of recording, as they say, it's a Sunday. It's Sunday right now. And on Sunday, I call them cheat days. I let myself do basically whatever I want. If I'm not in an employment circumstance where I'm actually working on Sunday, which is currently the case. So if I want to sleep, I sleep. I want to get up, I get up. I want to work, I work. Eat, whatever you want. It's what I do anyway. A little therapeutic exercise. Starting with Tim Hortons for the non-Canadian viewers. Raisin bran muffin with butter. Smooth like butter. It's good. Initial stages of the fire prepped. Gonna do a little more. And as a very wise backcountry YouTuber once said, gather 3 times the wood you think you're gonna need. And those are very wise words, which I've done. There's no way I'm gonna go through all that. We're just here for a bit, and there's no way I want to be here after dark. Because I'm about to cook up a bunch of meat and inform every carnivore for 10 kilometers around that we're here. We're good. Won't be a problem. I have a few deterrent advantages. We're good. Get a quick bite, and then we'll start on the fire. I am now probably 15 to 20 minute drive from downtown Kelowna. Kelowna, Canada, British Columbia is the city in which I... Nice framing. I live in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. It's in the westernmost province of the country. And I'm at most 20 minutes from the downtown of that city right now. So you have access to this very quickly. Oh, there's a kind of a teepee thing over there. Somebody's building a shelter. We'll definitely get a shot of that before we get out of here. A definite benefit of living in a relatively remote city like Kelowna is access to nature like what you and I are sharing right now back here. Just behind the camera there's a maple tree. There are a number of them in this immediate area. And they have wire cables wrapped around them on these things, these hooks hanging down because they are they're extracting sap from those trees, getting some maple syrup. Not at the moment, there are no buckets there right now, but I assume it's a seasonal thing. Should look into that. But yeah, they're sap suckers, for lack of a better term. Okay, one more bite and then let's get going on the fire. And then let's cook. I'm too hot. When I go about my day-to-day and I'm in my vehicle, I keep a separate little garbage bag container of sorts, and anything even remotely flammable I'll place in that separate bag for just such an occasion as this, where I'm in the process of making a little fire backcountry. So we've got that. We've got some paper that wasn't going to use anywhere else that I'm aware of anyway, going into this mound of flammables. And then I'll let you in on a little thing that you can do as well. You take cotton balls, I brought a few with me, and you add Vaseline to the cotton balls, because Vaseline is a quite flammable product, and it really helps to get a fire going. So a few cotton balls with some Vaseline in them, on them, and you're much more likely to get the fire going without too much of an issue. Because things are quite damp and still quite cold, an element of this today is I've got to be a little more patient in how I initially get this going, because summer months, when everything's really dry and warm, I can just kind of make a pile and toss something vaguely flammable onto it, and we're up. You've seen that if you've watched any of the previous videos. It's very simple, the process of getting the initial thing going. But when it's, as I've just described, the way it is now, dead of winter, cold or wetter, you've got to go much more gradually. And then as those get going, the smaller kindling gets going, you add some bigger wood. So patience is the key at this point. I hope you guys are having a good day, whatever you're up to, wherever you are. Hope things are going well enough for you. We live in very weird times. And for a lot of people, day to day, the sense you get anyways when you're out and about is a lot of people really do seem to be having a rough go of things, psychologically, financially, emotionally, in many ways. So I hope you're doing okay that way. And the crow agrees. So I'm just going to yammer on as I do this, and I'm sure most of you will be aware of what I'm describing, but I'll keep talking just to keep talking. When you're gathering wood in a circumstance like this, if you weren't already aware, at the base of many of these trees, there's dead material. You can tell it's discolored and gray. You can tell it's dead, right? You can tell this. So that's what you're after. If the stuff a little higher up on the tree seems a little green to get going right away, you go in for the good stuff at the base and get the dead ones. And if and when you're backcountry yourself, doing your thing. Okay, so I may have gotten a little overzealous here, but that's okay. Either way, we'll get it going. Let me bring you in closer here. So after gathering roughly 3 times the wood I think I'm going to need, dutifully preparing a little pile here of small kindling and the flammable stuff that I brought with me. Let's see if we can get this going relatively quickly. Sometimes they're a little stubborn. It takes a few goes. Sometimes it's lickety split and up she goes. Let's see. Let's see how this one's feeling here today. I'm gonna be stinky after this, and that's part of the appeal. So, a successful start to the fire endeavor so far anyway. I brought some mitts. I never do this. I brought some mitts. Give me a sec. A little gentler on my delicate hands. Now, I'm going to stoke this up just a little bit. Ooh, I can feel the heat off that already. Yeah, it's going to cook up nice. So you want the dead stuff for this oh so elaborate process of getting a fire going in a fire pit in a wreck site. You know this, but talking as I go here. The dead stuff, and then in winter anyway, you've got to go with the really small pieces, as we've done. Patiently, oh so patiently, feed into it. As the flames catch and build, you keep adding a bit more. As I said, if you guys are doing okay in these very weird times we're in, and it's nice to have you along. It is. It's nice to have a little bit of company, be it virtual or otherwise. We should start a sex cult, was the bit I was doing. He can be the guru. So, I mean, who has time for that? I want to go skiing. I want to come backcountry this way. I can't be the guru. I don't do that shit. But he can be the guru of our sex cult that we're going to found. And I'll be like the head administrator, is the plan for the sex cult we're going to found. Don't have a name yet, but we're still blue sky, right? We're blue sky on the sex cult that we're going to found. And I'm going to be the head administrator. So if there's anything sex cult related, take it up with me, and we'll ponder and consider things. We'll see if it's deemed beneficial to the sex cult. We sit and ponder life and talk about the intricacies of modern living amongst our sex cult brethren, brothers and sisters. As you know, there's going to be some sisters there. I'm going to start the actual food prep here. I think we're good. Okay. Switch it up. Get this meal done. Fire's doing well. Sometimes they take a lot more cajoling than that one did today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As you'll probably deduce in the next little while, oftentimes when I'm in the food prep arena, I should clean my hands, kind of feel like I'm flying a fighter jet or something. I mean, I get it. It gets done, it gets cooked, but something normally gets dropped and grease all over the place, whatever. So, okay, so we have frying pan, always good. Sorry, spatula, is what I meant to say. Frying pan, fork. Okay, yes. I do recall. We have the first first course, that's what I'm trying to say. The first course is this Mensa-rated onion, olive oil, salt, sel, as they say in French, pepper, poivre in French, if you're feeling the French. If not, okay, so feel free to laugh. We're all friends here. This is a safe place. Hopefully. Okay. A little bit of olive oil. That's a great way to start your day. Okay. Spread that around as you do. Now, what we're going to do next, we're going to add the pork chops to, I hate touching. We're going to add the pork chops to this. I don't remember how to say pork chop in French. Cochon is pig. So if someone calls you a cochon, they're probably not being complimentary. Maybe they are. Could be meant well that they're calling you a pig. Salt thing. Okay. Round one. And then we spread olive oil, huile d'olive, slap the pork chops. God damn, I hate touching that shit. Slap the pork chops on, dab a bit of salt. Don't overdo it with the salt. Pound on the pepper, because that's how we roll. Sip of coffee. And you know what? Let's slap this on the fire. I think we're ready. So, as I assume is always the case, you've got the perfect little thing to rest the frying pan on there. Cooking over an open fire. I haven't done that in a long time, kids. Been a long time. It's gonna be good. That extra smoke flavor, so good. I mentioned I'm a bit challenged in the culinary arena. I forgot the onion. That's okay though. Makes it interesting. So, let's throw a bit of onion in there. Just a little, right? Don't want to overdo it. Oh yeah. Sizzling already. Just a little. A smidge. Oh. The crows are getting interested. When the crows sit up and take notice, it means you're cooking. We're sizzling. Oh, yeah. Provider. That's what you're witnessing. Provider. Remind me, there's a little teepee thing over there somebody's put up. We kind of get a sense of who that was. There's a First Nations element. There seems to be a legitimate one. You know what? I'm going to stir that a bit and then we're going to go over and check out the teepee. Give me a sec. Alrighty. Cooking pork chops and onions over an open fire. Traipsing through the deep snow. Give you a glimpse. Very handy outhouse right here. We're going in here because I noticed some unnatural structures. Someone has put up, not quite a teepee, but something that could, whoa, we just found some wood, more wood. And this is what I was talking about, guys. You know this already, but I'll just chat while we do this. At the base of the tree, you can always find dead stuff. So you're trying to make a minimal impact on the ecosystem, as most people are when they come back to these areas. You go for the dead stuff. The really green, really alive stuff probably won't burn nearly as effectively anyway. So there's a picnic table right there. Little indication of the last snowfall that they had. Okay, the fire's picking up, so turn this around. I'll show you what I'm after here. So, if you're ever back here and knock on wood, up against it, as they say, this thing is close to the shelter. And you could very easily make that something you could survive in. This thing up here, if you're hunting, they hang the, there's another one over there. They hang the catch, I guess you could call it, on that. And just a visual on the pretty, pretty trees. Really is nice. So we'll walk around this makeshift shelter. Gonna eat dinner. There's one of the things, and there's another one of the things you hang your hunting catch from. And this is where you could, if absolutely necessary, make shelter for the night. Let's go right in and see. There's a post. And voila. And then they tie it off like that. And yeah. Neat. Neat. So I'm gonna go back to where I've got this gourmet cuisine preparing. Have the bite if it's thoroughly enough done, and then I don't know, maybe enjoy the fire a little bit more. And then we call it, and we leave this beautiful spot, I guess. Tentative plan. Let's see. That's the operation right there. The car is about 5 minutes that way. On foot. So let's see how things are doing here. I think we're doing all right. Gonna add some more wood. Actually, the fire's doing really well. Looks like it's almost done. Flip it one more time. Title of your sex tape. Instead of that's what she said, I've pivoted. Ooh, getting smoked out. Pivoted to title of your sex tape. Instead of that's what she said, because yeah, you get it. You get it. I'm gonna flip these. Go get a little bit more wood and then let's eat. Oh yeah. Nothing tastes better. Stuff prepared, open fire, backcountry. It's better if you've caught it yourself with a fish or something, but this'll do. Let's go get some more wood. There's a bunch right there. I'll leave you with the hypnotic sounds of my pork chop sizzling. Oh yeah. Fire needs a bit of love, but these are doing well. Oh yeah. I brought some bacon as well, but pork chops I think are going to be plenty. Yeah, it came up. That's fantastic. Smells so good. First bite, you know the rules. Yep. I am entirely pleased. So, if you happen to be like many, under the impression anyway, that you're kind of up against it, a little exercise that I always do, very truthful thought process is, when you're up in life, or you at least perceive yourself to be up in life, things are going well, you've got, financial, romantic, vehicular, whatever, your circumstances feel like you're in a good place. Almost inevitably, eventually, things tend to kind of go off a cliff, right? And you don't get that sense anymore that you're doing quite as well. And you have to kind of rebuild, either truthfully, financially, or whatever, or emotionally, right? And you go down and then eventually you come back up. So just as inevitably, just as certainly, when you're in a trough or have the perception of being in a trough in life, different circumstances, it can feel like it takes forever, but it always eventually goes back up, your circumstances. Almost invariably. In fact, invariably, it does go back up. So, a little exercise I do with myself is I know with absolute certainty that things are going to improve, and they always do. So, I'm pretty much your guru now. I'll leave you an email. You can send me all your money. Sell your house. If you have vehicles, sell them too. Might as well. Come on out and join the sex cult. Still got to get a name for that. I have another character, by the way. Tentative name, Gum Chewer. GC, Gum Chewer. Because the guy chews gum all the time. Now, if I wasn't getting smoked out, excuse me a moment. I'm going to move over here. So yeah, hang in. Things pivot. They always do. And improve. And come back around. This simple little thing for me coming back here. I'm doing this little meal prep over an open fire. Hugely pleasurable. Very enjoyable, very therapeutic. To truly get back to nature like this, right? And if you're truly roughing it, you eat the portion closest to the bone with your hands. So good. It's like a primal memory going on there. So good. As far as my creative goes, I'm still poking away at the screenplay called Sister Sins. I'm going to be working on that a little bit later today. I think I'm going to start shooting the material for the next documentary that I have in mind, because even though I'm currently not feeling like paying for a professional editor for the previous one that I've shot most of the stuff for, it doesn't mean I can't start shooting the next one, right? Might as well keep at it. Honey, I'm reaching for the knife. The knife's on the table. I'm awake now, I'll tell you that. Let me just get this knife a little closer. So for the documentary, the second one I'm going to work on, there's no reason I can't get going on that. It's a great concept, this next one, but as discussed previously, I don't really want to go into any of the details on a project or a potential project before it started, because there is this neurological response that people have. There's a pattern anyway, and you're actually reducing your likelihood of completing these things by discussing them before they're done, as per that neuroscientist Andrew Huberman. Did I put the name up last time? Give the dishes a quick little hooty tooty there, and then be ready at least to get going. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep piling the wood on as long as it'll burn. Might as well keep going. I mentioned though how I'm a fan of the tactile, because like so many, I spend so much time online. I really enjoy using my hands and getting at it like I'm doing right now. Really enjoy it. Getting stinky, getting dirty. And getting at it. Do it. Yeah, the screenplay I've touched upon a few times with you guys. Sister Sins, coming along. Basically, that one won't break. No, I'm not going to bother with that actually. If I'm sitting in a coffee shop and there's nothing weird going on around me, because, oh, this is going to be a good one. There often is weirdness in coffee shops in the city. You know, they're often challenged people. Putting snow all over your car and the like. But if things are not freak show at all, I'll poke away at the script. And you know what, I'll tell you a little bit about it, whatever. So you've got all these sisters, the mom of them all, from 7 different men, 7 different sisters from 7 different men. God bless her. Has called what is referred to as a council so far of them all, and they're all in. There's kind of a fantasy element to it. They're all kind of coming in to join this convened council at their mother's bidding, from their various dimensions. And as is always the case in larger families, each of the sisters is entirely unique and different and enthralling and enraging and fascinating, as people tend to be. And they get along as well and as horribly as sisters tend to do. Again, from a family dynamic that's that large. And these girls have some ghosts amongst them. That becomes apparent as I get some free time in a coffee shop. Without too much drama going on around me. I'm poking away at it. Like it. Love it, actually. Great escape. Huge potential. Kind of unlimited potential for character development. Right now, what's happening is I had them all popping in as beckoned by their mother to her kind of palace scene. And touched on a little bit about what's going on with them, the sisters and the mother and the staff at the palace, but touched a little bit upon what's going on with them in their lives. But now when I sit down, there's a little bit of present moment happening, because they're all starting to arrive at the first meal that they have together. So you're getting overlay of mom remembering how she came up with the name for her youngest. She was designing a fashion thing with her partner at the time, to get the father of young Myra. Myra. I'm gonna call her Myra. That character is actually based on somebody I know. So there's overlay, because just as Mother Hedda is remembering the moment she came up with the name for her youngest daughter, the youngest daughter walks in the room of the palace where they're having this large meal, and there's overlay. And the sisters are remembering moments from their younger days and they're not so far in the past lives, as they're going about some things in the dimension they've been summoned to where their mother lives. So there's this overlap, and they're all going to meet at this first meal. And some of the behavior amongst the sisters is going to make sense based on what I'm touching upon to this point in their history and in their dynamic amongst each other. So that's what's going on with the screenplay. It's my creative. Oh yeah. I don't know if that was on camera. I got it. I was going for it. Exciting days, boy. Exciting days. So just waiting for the wood to kind of catch at a better rate, let's say. And then let it burn off a little bit. Put it out. And away we go. Don't really know the plan. What I was saying on Sundays. I call Sundays a cheat day, whatever my Sunday is, because for most of my life I've worked unorthodox hours and unorthodox days. I kind of prefer that, actually. Possibly the perfect snowball right there. So on my Sunday, I want to sleep, I sleep. I want to get up, I get up. Want to eat, I eat. Don't want to eat, don't want to eat. Whatever I want to do, I do. And I don't impose any kind of agenda on the day, because that invariably can lead to a subtle form of anxiety, whether you're aware of it or not. So, you know, if you don't have any agenda and you declare to yourself a complete, entire lack of agenda, then there's absolutely no possibility of that form of anxiety. So that's my Sunday ritual. Normally involves a lot of chocolate. Some jujubes, I openly admit, a bit of a jujube habit. And whatever else I'm into, including a nap or not going online, working on my other stuff as much as I might, or working on it for 6 hours straight if that's what I feel like doing. Whatever I feel like doing, basically. Yeah, the fire's burning a little weird, but it's going. See, the therapy. This simple little afternoon. Two for two. You saw that. I know you did. Getting kind of bored. I don't know if you picked up on that. I kind of get bored. I'm getting bored right now. So, yeah, let's see, I can normally fish, right? I do the fishing thing and I do this and I fish and I do this. That's okay. We'll keep it tactile. We'll keep it tactile. Just want to make sure I got that in there with the angle. There's my thumbnail right there. Backcountry pork chops. Bruh. Oh. Horse stance. You ever done this? We're doing some horse stance. That's what we're doing. It's brutal on the thighs. Hopefully it's not coming really close to getting into it with schizophrenic females that are blowing snow all over my car. I can't see that happening back here. You never know. These lovely shades, I think I paid $8 Canadian for these. And I'm challenged cranium-wise because I can never find glasses that fit. They're always too small. Part of the challenge of the cranium issues I've got. Also, the helmet scenario with the skiing. Wow, this has been going for 21 minutes. Ooh, I have to cut that back. I often can't find a helmet that will fit. But big news yesterday at Big White. No, where was it? A couple days ago, a while ago at Big White. I found one in their shop that I will, in all probability, oh yeah, 3 for 3. This is probably the most therapeutic aspect of coming back here like this. Just kind of doing nothing. Waiting for the fire to dry the wood so it'll catch a little better. Listening to the silence. Except for that damn crow. Engaging with and being aware of the trees and the sounds of them and the smells of them. And therapy. Yeah. We're doing all right. Better days. Gonna burn off that wood. Just kind of hang out. And be backcountry.